Alright, I'm back. I searched literally all night, which, you know, is like 10 minutes, and found this little forest glade here. I'm not that far from my base, it's back that direction, but I found a couple of interesting things. The first is this log just laying here, which is a nice touch. Very nice touch, playful. So we're going to grab that. But here's the vines. I'm going to grab every piece of these vines because apparently they're kind of rare in my spawn. And what you'll notice about vines is they are attached to trees, to cragwood trees. So actually it's entirely possible that that cragwood tree that I was messing with before had vines on it. And I just wasn't savvy enough to pick up on it. So who knows. But not all cragwood does. I cannot resist these cragwood logs. These are going to become my windows in my Hobbit hole. Now there's an interesting creature I hadn't seen before. Hello, Leafy? Leafy? Well, he doesn't seem, gee, I almost feel bad for beating on him. I want to know what he drops though. He's tough. Ooh, goo. Yeah, I feel kind of guilty for beating these guys since they're not fighting back, but you know what? Them's the breaks, dude. Circle of life and all that. So I don't know if there's breeding or anything like that. I may regret this later, but that's okay. I will let you live to propagate the species, if such a thing exists. It's a good moral lesson, you know. You want to play your games like you live your life. So anyway, I don't see any moss or any more vines in the immediate area. Lots of moss actually. Boom. But I'm going to teleport back to my Hobbit hole. And you'll see my evening adventure was very, very profitable. So I should be able to craft my crafting table now. Perfect. I also have what I need to craft a basic health potion. So I'm going to do a couple of those and use up all my yellow flowers. Alright, well, I am feeling pretty stout at the moment. My crafting table is going to live right here inside my Hobbit hole, which I need to dig. Ooh, that's a little scary. There we go. This looks like a good place for an entrance. So as I'm digging this, I'll talk to you a little bit about a few of the things that I've noticed as I've been playing this. I already mentioned that it has a very strong science fiction vibe, but there are quite a few other things that are being talked about on the Steam forums. The devs are really, really active on the Steam forums, so if you do get the game, I strongly recommend that you actually pop onto the Steam forums and you join in on the discussion, because they really are fantastic company. Playful is doing some things really, really well, and one of the nice things about what they're doing with this is they're wanting a very active community, And so by being willing to penny up for that 20 bucks early on, you can actually be a part of this early dev team. I'm not willing to call this an alpha because it's too polished, it's too good at this stage. But it may or may not change, it may or may not have any major adjustments, but it's most certainly going to improve. And if that just means adding more cool stuff, then I'm sure that's what they're going to do. Alright, so here is my crafting table. And inside of my crafting table, you see the recipes that I have. Now, this recipe list is going to fill up big time as I begin making other things. So the first thing I'm going to make with all that stuff that I got from those pigsies and leafies is a sword. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself a wood sword. Now, what you'll notice is there's a timer here that ticked down and a Finish Now button that lit up. This stuff's going to stay in the crafting bench and queue up until I hit collect. As soon as I collect that, boom, more recipes appear. So I had to make the wood sword first, but now that this crafting table has made this, and I assume any crafting table, but I haven't tested that, then suddenly I have the option to make stone swords. Now, I can't even mine stone yet. It's been red whenever I've moused over it. But what I can do is I can make this wood power cell. And I can do this because I collected those brown mushrooms earlier, the ones that were difficult that I pointed out. And, of course, the vines that I went on my quest for. Does require dirt, or I should say grass, and, of course, more cragwood, but we've got plenty of that. So let's go ahead and make 2 of these so we can have a backup in our inventory. And as soon as you see this counter done here with 12 seconds, then there we go. I can collect the item, and in my inventory, oh, I don't want to finish now. I want to save my mega points up here. There we go. Then what I can do is from my inventory I can take this wood power cell, and this is the tricky part. You got to put it down here into that little icon, which I've been switching between by hitting the tab button. And what you'll notice now is the stone has turned green, and so I can actually harvest stone, which I'll do. I'll be putting in a nice floor eventually. So let's just go ahead and use this stone as it is. Oh, and look, I uncovered a fossil. So let's harvest the fossil too. I think that you can, once you get an extractor going, which is the next thing I want to build, you can extract fossils into bone. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'll just use some dirt to fill that hole in. I don't really need my... Oh, actually, my teleporter's up on top of the hill. Let's give it a better place. Oh, I missed. There we go. There we are. So until I get that in, we'll just go with our dirt floor. Perfect. Alright, so I now have some stone, but oh no, I'm missing sinew, a wood rod, and twine. I can make a wood chest, so that'll be helpful. So let's go ahead and craft that. 10 seconds to craft. I could make a small potion. So let's make that a thing. And now I need to throw down my wooden box. Let's see. We'll make storage this area over here. So here's the wooden chest. I don't know that I want to store anything yet. Maybe my cragwood logs, since those will be my windows eventually. But it looks like I need wood slabs. And in order to do that, my basic crafting, I still need a processor. So, let's craft that. You'll notice that those basic crafting items are actually instantaneous. There it is. Now this processor is a little different. I'm not a huge fan of the way this interface is right now, because what it's showing me is what I have in my inventory, and by mousing over it, it'll show me what it becomes. It seems like recipes in the crafting table are working the other way, where I'm seeing the destination, and by mousing over it, I'm seeing the resources that I would need in order to create it. That's inconsistent to me, and I hope they fix that. I mentioned that on the forums myself. But as you'll recall, I needed some sticks, like some wood sticks, and some wood slabs. So let's go ahead and use the wood that we have here, the ashen wood, and let's create, we're going to need a lot of wood slabs. They're used for a lot of things. So I'm just going to fill the queue up. Now, another interesting problem here is my queue is full. So it is only going to make these, 8 or 9, 6, 7, 8. And it's not going to make more, and until I hit collect items, there's not enough room to queue up more. Now, I could hit the finish now, and the cost on that would come out of my super points here, or whatever those things are called. But I run out of those, then it's down to the microtransactions to buy more, and I'm not willing to do that at this stage. I'm very, very curious to see. The deal breaker for this game for me is going to be whether or not, as the recipes get more complicated, if the time gets longer and the cost, the super mega point cost here, also gets bigger. If that happens, then shame on you, Playful, but that's all speculation. Don't be mad at them yet, and unless they do it. So I'll go ahead and collect these slabs that I have. You'll notice it's making 4 slabs every 20 seconds. That's a pretty good rate of return. And what I can do now is I can actually make a wood wall using slabs. And so I'll queue up a few of those. I need to collect my potions from before. And it didn't open up any... Well, maybe it did. It didn't open up anything new that I could build right now. There's a wood table, so that's fun. I have... Let's see, I need a stone rod and a wood rod. Now I can make those. If I go to my extractor here, my processor here, let's see. There we go. Now that I have that, I can make a wood rod with that. Also, I need to make some stone slabs so that I can use the slabs to make, I think, stone rods. So it's all pretty intuitive, and quite frankly, it's a lot of fun. So I hope you will check out Playful's newest game. They're making some really, really interesting stuff. Oculus Rift, if you know what that is with the headset, they're developing for it. As far as I know, this game itself may actually be Rift enabled, shall we say. Not required, of course, but man, I'm just really, really stoked about some of the things that Playful's doing. They've got a good sense of design, and they're releasing free games, so who can argue with that? So anyway, let's get Russ and pop into the world here, and we'll play some more in this really fantastic Creativerse world. But until then, I will catch you later, and see ya. I thought I would go ahead and finish off our Hobbit hole today. Show you a little bit more about the crafting and the things. So I'm going to teleport down into my Hobbit hole teleporter. And clear out the inventory that has gone ahead and been created here. Okay, so collect the items. I haven't really done anything.